What is up, everybody? Welcome back. It is another year has passed since Treacherous Tides has released, which had Davy Jones and Tamatoa. We are now introducing Success at Any Cost. We have Ernesto De La Cruz from Coco and Prince Hans from Frozen. This is the Target exclusive sleeve. As you can see, it's very colorful and very awesome. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. This is the normal box art. I love how Ernesto is the box art. It just looks so much better. Alrighty, so here is your normal instruction manual guide. It shows everything. You have your movers, your villain guides, Frozen ring tokens for Ernesto, 6 photo cards, and then, if you've never read through them, I still would definitely go through and read them. These are all the other expansions, all the playtesters, and all the sort of credits that give to everyone. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into Success at Any Cost. We are going to be starting out with Prince Hans. Here we go, Mr. Frozen. So here is his villain guide. His objective is to defeat Anna and Elsa at a fully frozen location. Now, I will show you how this works here momentarily because it may be confusing to a lot of people, especially if you're newer to Villainous, but don't fret, I have your back. All right, Ernesto De La Cruz. You must have all 6 of his photos face down. This is face up and that's face down. So, kind of self-explanatory in my opinion. So, let's go ahead and dive into their realms. Now, this is very exciting. I will say one thing that a lot of people are very upset about is with every villain guide and villain portrait and realm, there is a quote. However, with Prince Hans, there is unfortunately no quote. So this is the realm you start out, the side you start out. You have Arendelle City, Arendelle Castle, the Fjord, and the North Mountain. A vanquish, gain 1 power, play a fate. A fate, play an action, play a card, gain a power, discard 2, play 2 play cards, gain 3 power. Gain 2 power, play, vanquish, and move a hero. Now, here is where things get interesting. As you can see these little frozen tokens right here. To start the game, you're going to place one on one action in every location. Now, you're going to have cards throughout your entire deck, like Frozen, or like Sorcery, I Love Crazy. You'll have a condition where you can place them down. As soon as you have all 16 locations covered, you are going to take place and take note of where your allies and heroes are. They will stay in the same location, and then you will flip the entire realm. Now, note, if you are actually playing cards on your turn, it does end your turn. So be conscious of that. One thing to note is all these say Frozen at the bottom. This is how you are going to defeat Anna and Elsa. Now, whenever you do flip it, you are going to take 2 Frozen rings and place them on each location. So you'll have 2, 4, 6, 8 to start out when you flip the realm. Now, in order to consider it fully frozen, every single action needs to have a frozen token on there. So, just for example, Arendelle Castle. Let's say you have the Fate, the Gain 1, and the Discard covered. That is not considered fully frozen. You must have that 4th action frozen in order to do so, and then you will be able to defeat Anna and Elsa. Now, once they are defeated at a fully frozen location, you remove them from the game, and they are no longer in the game. So be very careful of that. Now, I will say, if you do vanquish them and it's not in a fully frozen location, they just go in the discard pile. Now with Ernesto De La Cruz. I am the one who is willing to do what it takes to seize my moment, whatever it takes. His realm is freaking gorgeous. I love how it's like a white and gold aspect. It's just beautiful. So you have Rivera, Family, Ofrenda, Marigold Bridge, Plaza de la Cruz, and Ernesto De La Cruz's home. Here you have a move action, 2 player cards, and 3 power gain. You have a double play a card action again, a discard and a gain 2. You have a third location for a double play a card action, 1 gain power. And then over here you have a vanquish play a card, discard, and a fate action. Now, let's look at the target exclusive mover for Mr. Ernesto De La Cruz. This is very beautiful. You can see his guitar, Ernesto, and then the sombrero. Very beautiful. Prince Hans is actually very elegant. I like the simplicity of it. Very cool, very blue, very frozen. So like I had mentioned, the only thing new in here, aside from the power and the strength tokens, are those frozen rings. You have 16 of those, so just remember to include those in your game. All right, let's get down to the nitty gritty. So, these are Ernesto's photo cards. You have to have them all face down in order to win the game. So, whenever you do start the game, you have them face up, and you have the top right face down. So that's how you're going to start the game. But as you can see, they are two clearly different various sides, and it's very cool. I like it. I do think, however, if you do use card protectors, definitely put them in there because these are very thin and fragile. So you would hate to use those and for them to get damaged really quickly. So I definitely suggest doing those. Since we just went ahead and did those photo cards, let's go ahead and do Ernesto's deck and fate cards. So, starting out strong, we are going to have a lot of heroes. We have 7 heroes. So let's zoom in just a tad bit. So, starting out with the Rivera ancestors and family. When they are revealed and it is revealed with another hero, you may play both during that action. Dante, when he is played, find Miguel Rivera and play him to Dante's location. Pepita, you find Mama Imelda and play her to the location, just very similar to Dante. Now when Mama Imelda is played, you flip up to 2 quarter photos face up. Hector Rivera, he cannot win the game while this is in play, and he gets a +1 strength for every face up photo card. Miguel Rivera, here we go. When he is played, flip a photo card. If Miguel is moved to a new location and has an ally, flip a photo card face down. If it has a hero, flip a photo card face up. Basically, if you have a hero and an ally at the same location, it negates the effect. So you can go ahead and flip it, and then you can flip it down. So, what do we else have? We have 2 copies of Until 1942. You flip up to 2 adjacent photo cards face up. Broadcasting, Ernesto De La Cruz loses power to equal the number of heroes in play. 2 copies of Escape Plan. You may move a hero to a new location or move an ally to a new location. Family Blessing, this one's going to be a pain in the butt. When it is played, attach it to a hero. Until that hero is defeated, Ernesto cannot flip a photo cards face down. And very reminiscent of Syndromes, that was totally wicked. We have Remember Me. Find Hector Rivera and play him to any location. Then for each hero, flip 1 photo card face up. That can be very hurtful, especially like let's say you have all 7 heroes out. Remember Me comes out. You're essentially back to square one. All right, we have 5 allies of security guards. 5 copies of security guards. When security guards is played, you may move a hero to this location, which is really cool. Very, very effective. Bouncer. 3 costs for strength. When it is played, look at the top 3 cards in your fate deck, discard any heroes, and place the others on top of your fate deck in any order. Those are all the allies. Now we're going to go on to effects and items. So we have 3 copies for 3 costs. I have a great-grandson. I have a great-great-grandson. Find Miguel and play him to Ernesto De La Cruz's location. We have 2 copies of I Would Move Heaven and Earth. You perform a vanquish action and then flip 1 photo card. Whatever it takes, flip a photo card, then discard a card from your hand. Very cool. 3 copies of I Did All My Own Stunts. Perform a move ally item or move a hero. 2 copies of Seize Your Moment. Now, be very, very, very careful when you play this card. You must read it correctly. You discard an ally from Cruz's location. You may discard any heroes at that location, flip 1 for each hero discarded. Now, be very careful. Defeated and discarded are 2 very different things, so keep that in mind. We have 2 copies of this condition. During their turn, if another player has an ally at their current location, you may play from My Amazing Fans, draw 2 cards. 2 copies of Extending His Stay. Choose 1 card from the villain discard pile and put it in your hand. Shuffle the villain discard pile back into your deck. Very, very simple. 2 copies of Forgetting Me. Choose 1 photo card, flip all adjacent photos. Now that means adjacent because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So it doesn't mean diagonal. 1 item, Ernesto's Guitar, a 3 cost for gain 2. We do have 2 copies of this condition, Most Beautiful Love Musician. Very similar to Who's Super Now and Syndrome. When it's played, you may gain power equal to the cost of that card. And then 3 copies of Poco Loco. You reveal cards from the Fate deck until you reveal a hero. Play that hero and discard the rest, and then you flip a photo card. Extremely cool. Here is the card art for Ernesto. Very simple and sleek. I kind of miss having like black cards as the background. Very sleek, very simple, just very cool. All right, so let's move on to Prince Hans, shall we? Now, remember, like I had said, in order to have a fully frozen location, you must flip the realm and have each location filled. So, we're going to start out with the sisters, Anna and Elsa. Anna cannot be defeated while there are other heroes at her location. When Anna is defeated at a fully frozen location, remove her from the game. Elsa. At Elsa's location, Prince Hans cannot perform actions that have a frozen ring on them. So, like the location that has a gain 3 2 play cards and a discard, let's say that gain 3 power is a frozen ring and Elsa's there, he can't gain it. When she is defeated at a fully frozen location, remove her from the game. We do have a few heroes. We do have Sven. When Sven is played, you may move another hero to any location. Olaf. When Prince Hans moves to Olaf's location, you remove a frozen ring from that location. Prince Hans then moves Olaf to a new location. That can be a very challenging card, especially if you don't have any allies out and you're very close to completing your objective of frozen rings. So be careful about that. Kristoff. When Kristoff is played, you may move an ally to any location. We have 2 copies of the Love Experts. All other heroes at the Love Experts location gain +1. And then Marshmallow. Good old Marshmallow. Marshmallow gains +1 strength for each frozen ring at its location. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 7 heroes. True Love, 2 copies of this effect. Remove a frozen ring from each location. 2 copies of Do You Want to Build a Snowman. Choose and play a hero from Prince Hans' Fate discard pile. If Anna or Elsa are in the realm, move one of them to any location. Okay. And then we are going to have 2 copies of Choose a Hero in Prince Hans' realm. They get +2 strength. And a very challenging card. Prince Hans loses all of his power. Remove a frozen ring from his location. So, very cool indeed. We got some allies. Now, these 3 are very, very good. So, you're going to want to pay close attention to these. So, at Duke of Wesselton's location, you may choose an effect from your deck and put it in your hand, then shuffle your deck. When you are so Eric and Francis have a continuing effect, so you don't have to be at their location. With Eric, after you play an effect, you may move an ally to an adjacent location, and with Francis, after you play an effect, you may draw a card, and then you may discard a card from your hand. So, there is a lot of heavy combo potential, so just remember that. And then we have 5 copies of Wolves. They gain +1 strength for each frozen ring at their location. Okay. So that is going to be very, very crucial for you to remember. Now, these are how you start filling up your realm. So we are going to have these effects. I'll get to those in a minute. Sorcery. Collect 4 frozen rings from the supply. Place them on any action. Monster. If Elsa is in play, fill any one location with frozen rings. If she is not in play, collect 3 rings from the supply and place them on any action. A Real Howler in July, you have 2 copies of those. Gain power equal to the number of frozen tokens at Prince Hans location. And remember, if you have Francis out, every time you play an effect, you can draw 1 and discard 1. 2 copies of this condition, finish each other's sandwiches. During their turn, if another player has gained power, you may play this condition, discard cards from your hand, discard cards from your hand equal to the power gained. Draw back up to 4 cards. 2 copies of So Desperate for Love. If Anna is in play, remove any other hero except Elsa. If she is not in play, Prince Hans may perform 1 action not covered by a hero from each adjacent location this turn. So what that means is, I will clarify that real quick. So that means if you are at the fjord and you play So Desperate for Love, you can play an uncovered action here and here. If you're here, there, and there. If you're only here, you can only do 1 there. So, very simplistic. We do have a few copies of Prince Hans in Charge. Find Elsa and Anna and place them at Prince Hans' location. A couple of cards of You Froze Her Heart. If Elsa is in play, reduce her strength by 1. If she is not in play, count the heroes in play. Add that many frozen rings to any action. That is so cool. Imagine you had, like, your love experts, Marshmallow, Sven. That's already 3 right there. 2 copies of Don't Feel. During their turn, if another player has an ally at their location, you may play this condition. Place 2 frozen rings on any action. And then the last 3 copies of I Love Crazy. If Anna is in play, draw 2 cards or gain a vanquish action. Essentially meaning perform a vanquish action. If Anna is not in play, gain 3 power or place 2 frozen rings on any action. And I'll go ahead and show you the card art for Prince Hans. Very, very awesome. Well, I hope you enjoyed the unboxing video. Sorry if I was a little too excited. I'm just really anxious to play these again. And I'm really anxious to finally play these with people in the public. It's been a long time coming. Another year has come and gone. And obviously, this wouldn't be possible without everybody in the Villainous community and all the people that are a part of it. Big shout out to Mike Mulvill. He is awesome. And I'm super excited once again to play this with everybody. If you're not a part of the Let's Get Wicked server on Discord, go ahead and play, or go ahead and add it to your suggestion to play. We are definitely excited to start playing all these villains with people now that it is publicly released. Super excited. So once again, like, subscribe, comment, share, comment on anything that you would want answered. Go ahead and share it with others. Let other people know about it. If this is your first time playing the game, search those QR codes on the back of the villain guides to learn how to play. Once again, I appreciate y'all watching, and I will shortly start uploading some gameplays of all of these villains. Peace out.